Hey guys, it's your tech girl Mary and welcome back to our YouTube channel. So wakas, Poco phone naman ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon. So break time muna tayo sa mga bagong flagship devices ng Samsung at doon muna tayo sa medyo mas abot kaya at affordable. So the moment that you guys are watching this video ay na-launch na po yung dalawang bagong smartphones nila, which is their Poco X5 5G and yung Poco X5 Pro 5G. Pero isa lang doon guys yung pag-uusapan natin, which is yung non-Pro. By the way, ito rin pala guys yung kauna-unahang Poco device na pag-uusapan natin for this year 2023. Kaya naman, kahit papaano guys, tinaasan ko yung expectations ko because first, it's Poco. Alam niyo naman guys kung gaano ka-value for money yung smartphones nila. Second, yung X series nila mismo guys, specifically for me, ay yung pinaka-paborito ko. Before we start, I just want to set your expectations guys. I'll be honest with you, mas marami yung parte ng smartphone na to na medyo na-disappoint ako kaysa sa mas natuwa. Mamaya malalaman niyo yan kung bakit. But first, let's talk about the pricing. This Poco X5 guys has two available variants in the market. Meron tayong 6GB plus 128 storage and yung 8GB of RAM naman na merong 256GB of storage. They retail for 14,999 pesos and 15,999 pesos. Magkakaroon sila ng early bird promo that will run until February 13 for the first 200 units na kung saan makakatipid kayo ng 2,000 pesos. Bago natin unbox, alam nyo ba na walang Poco X4 5G na ni-launch last year? Kundi isa lang guys, which is their X4 Pro. Which is why wala rin tayong point of comparison dito. Pero mamaya sasagutin ko yung tanong kung sulit ba tong Poco X5 5G or mas better bilhin yung Poco X4 Pro na lumabas nung isang taon. It's actually our typical packaging. Ito yung ating smaller box that contains the paperwork and yung ating clear jelly case. Huwag natin kalimutan yung ating panindot at syempre yung ating smartphone mismo, which is in color blue. In fairness naman, walang pa special name si Poco this time. Talagang blue lang. And lastly, we got here the 33-watt power brick na merong USB-A port and yung ating USB-C cable. Sa totoo lang guys, design-wise, hindi surprising yung itsura niya. Kumbaga, nung una ko siyang nakita talagang uy, parang familiar. Ganon ka easily distinguishable itong Poco X5 5G from the Poco series because of its uniquely designed rear panel. Specifically, the camera island and yung ganyang Poco branding. Ganon pa rin guys yung size ng text natin na Poco. Noon, kung maaalala nyo, pa-landscape siya sa Poco X4 Pro. This time with the regular Poco X5, it's vertical. Which doesn't really matter dahil alam ko namang lahat tayo ay gusto lang itong mawala. Anyway, we got a flat glass front and a plastic back and very grippy naman guys yung plastic frame niya na meron ding matte finish. Wala tayong kahit na anong Gorilla Glass protection because again, it's a plastic back but we do get a Corning Gorilla Glass 3 in front. Sa ilalim guys, we got the USB-C, the main mic, and yung ating speaker grill. We also got the volume rocker and yung ating power button that doubles as a side-mounted fingerprint sa kanan and yung ating ejectable card tray na nasa kaliwa naman. Huwag kayong mag-alala guys, yung headphone jack and yung pangalawang mic ay meron pa rin, nasa ibabaw nga lang siya. For me, yung accuracy ng fingerprint sensor niya guys is not bad. Pwede itong via touch or press and so far wala akong naging problema sa kanya. Huwag na tayo magtagal pa sa design niya because again, there's nothing really special about it. For its price, sakto lang siya. Anyway, isa sa mga napansin ko dito sa bagong Poco X5 is yung strong image quality niya. It has the same 6.7 inches of AMOLED display na merong 120Hz refresh rate katulad ng nakita nyo doon sa Poco X4 Pro from last year. But comparisons aside, yung 120Hz refresh rate niya guys is still a killer feature for its price. Like consuming social media, it is buttery smooth to scroll down due to the screen being constantly updated. But of course, unlike higher-end smartphones, yung refresh rate niya guys will be constantly stock at either 120Hz or 60Hz. Wala tayong adaptive refresh rate. So if you're looking for an automatic adjustment for a better battery consumption, wala po tayo dito. Overall, it's good in bright conditions and it's a bit oversaturated lang when it comes to its standard option. Buti na lang guys, color is still customizable naman sa kanyang settings. Also, HDR is lacking pero meron naman itong DCI-P3 wide color gamut. Now, when it comes to software and performance, medyo dito ako na-disappoint. Pasensya na guys, tunog ng tunog, it's my smartphone. Para sa akin, it's a relatively weak chipset na nilagay nila dito for a Poco smartphone and considering din yung kanyang pricing. We still are getting a Snapdragon 695 na merong 6nm processor. It also has a Adreno 619 and either a 6GB na merong 128GB of storage or an 8GB of RAM na merong 256GB of storage. Well, hindi ako magiging choosy guys. Actually, general performance is still okay. Pero syempre, yung loading ng applications niya are not instantaneous, but still very comparable sa Poco X4 Pro. Actually, kung titignan niyo yung Antutu benchmark score niya, hindi siya mababa. Kumbaga, for its price, okay naman siya. But obviously, it's not a gaming device. For me, medyo strange direction lang siya from Poco considering guys na may Pro version rin tayo nito. At kung ikukumpara natin yung specs on paper ng Poco X5 and even the everyday performance doon sa Poco X4 Pro, again, parehas lang. Kung titignan mo nga, parang mas okay pa na bilhin nyo yun. Setting aside, of course, the software. Speaking of, yung kanyang software, guys, meron itong MIUI 13.0.2 based on Android 12. So, yup, you are getting the latest version of Android and, of course, the latest of Xiaomi's interface. Actually, guys, if we were to compare yung kanyang skin, medyo kokoonti lang yung nadagdag and hindi pa nga siya gaanong noticeable. It's the similar app drawer na mayroong plain white background and there is still a dark mode to those who prefer a moody look. Unfortunately, we are not getting an in-display fingerprint sensor guys kahit na meron tayong AMOLED display dito. But at least, we are still getting an always-on display naman na meron ding a lot of features or should we say design choices sa kanyang settings. Pero yes, most smartphone these days naman din guys na may ganitong klase ng pricing ay 5G ready na. Kung hindi man, then you can find it advantageous. At least you get to have access guys to the very latest in mobile data speeds. Also considering that I have the 8GB of RAM na variant na nire-review ko ngayon, I barely notice any lag or glitching. Siguro it's really the software na lang that plays a big part dito kung medyo nahihirapan kayo sa pagpili kung ito pa yung dapat nyong bilhin or yung Poco X4 Pro na lang din. Anyway, we're still talking about performance guys, so pasok pa rin dito ang battery life. We're actually getting the typical 5,000 mAh na merong 33W fast charging capability. Actually, impressive pa rin ang battery life ng Poco X5. Hindi ako nagka-issue guys when it comes to that. It's really the charging na medyo nabagalan lang ako ng konti which took over an hour bago natin na-achieve yung 100%. This is probably because we can get a higher speed of charging guys sa Poco X4 Pro na halos kapresyo na lang din nito na merong 67W wired charging speed. Now, let's talk about the cameras. So, it's your typical triple camera setup guys na merong 48 megapixels main cam, an 8 megapixels ultra-wide camera, and a 2 megapixels macro camera. Wag na rin natin kalimutan guys yung 13 megapixels selfie camera nito. Paiba-iba yung naging output or image quality na binigay sa akin ng phone na to. Minsan maganda, minsan naman hindi masyado. Medyo weak din yung auto HDR mode niya, kaya kung mapapansin nyo yung mga photos natin, hindi rin ganun ka-appealing under direct sunlight. When it comes to video recording, considering yung chipset lang na meron nitong phone, we are only capped at 1080p resolution. We can also not record up to 60 FPS guys, kaya hindi rin ganun naging smooth yung ating mga footage. But yeah, overall when it comes to this phone's camera performance, it's decent pero again, it's not standing out. So, totoo lang guys, ang tanging nagustuhan ko lang sa phone na to at talagang nag-stand out para sa akin is yung naging display experience ko or yung overall display performance niya. Sorry, wrong grammar pala tayo doon. It's large, bright, and colorful. Sadly nga lang guys, we are not getting stereo speakers sa kanya. Magiging okay na sana yung ating overall media experience. Okay din ang battery life despite us having a fixed 120Hz lang. Hindi siya variable. So yup, in fairness, it remains decent. But again, if we were to point out alternatives guys, Poco pa rin yung masasabi ko na pwede nyong maging, again, choice other than this device. So, totoo lang, okay pa rin to consider yung smartphone nila na lumabas last year, which is the Poco X4 Pro 5G. Mas maganda yung specifications nun, di hamak. Siyempre, unang-una may IP rating yon, may stereo speakers, and huling-huli, meron siyang 108 megapixels main camera. Nasa sa inyo guys kung gusto nyong bilhin yung bagong smartphone ng Poco. Pero tignan nyo rin yung Pro version nito na hindi ko na-review. Baka sakaling, alam nyo na, mas pasok yon sa needs nyo when it comes to its features. Pero again, medyo mas mahal lang talaga yon ng konti. But anyway guys, I hope nagustuhan nyo yung ating review ng Poco X5 kahit na tayo ay na-delay ng a few days. Again, it's your tech girl Mary and see you on our next video. Bye guys!